Hey everyone, happy Friday. Welcome to Dannphan Live. Our weekly streams are back on for now. This is actually going to be my last stream that I do before I'm going on vacation for a little bit. For those of you worried about the High Guardian Spice reviews, don't worry. Already recorded the High Guardian Spice review and that'll upload Monday as usual. But yeah, that'll upload automatically, but I'll be gone by that time. So should be nice, a little pre-Christmas vacation. Go to Christmas Town or something. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing. But yeah, so there are a couple things that I wanted to make videos about that I just have not had the time to make videos about. So I figured that I'd probably try to cover most of that or sort of cover it vaguely, yeah, on my last live stream before I'm not going to have any time at all to do videos. Are you watching Stone Ocean? Not yet. I have not watched it yet. Are they doing weekly episodes or do they release a couple at once? Because I might just wait for them to build up until I start doing episode reviews. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet. People really liked the JoJo reviews when I did them way back when, but I don't know if people are still interested in them. So I'm not sure. But yeah, very excited to see Jolene. Is that who it is? I never read any of the manga, by the way, just to clarify for those of you new watchers. Never read any of the manga. I've just been sticking to the JoJo anime, and the animes have been pretty good, so. I kind of hurt my voice earlier, so I feel like I didn't bring nearly enough water with me. My voice is already hurting just from talking normally. But yeah, basically, I just hurt my voice by screaming lyrics when I should have been singing them. Not a smart idea. Hopefully it'll heal up a bit, but we'll try to take it easy, we'll try to do a low voice Dannphan stream. Try to not raise too much. Do some Dannphan ASMR. Just like that. Yep. Have you seen Kaiji the Last Survivor from 10 years ago? No. The original Squid Games. Well, like I said, the Squid Game is basically just another survival game show. There's a million of them. And the twist with Squid Game is just that they're playing children's games. So I feel like people may be overhyping it a bit. But everyone told me I was wrong and that I was less of a person for saying such a thing. I don't know. Yes, hello everyone. Welcome to Dannphan on a Friday, doing the weekly streams. Trying to keep my voice a little bit lower so I don't hurt it any further. But right after the stream, I'm going to be leaving to go over Adams and we're going to do our vacation thing. So I'll probably be screaming more in the car while listening to my CDs. My 3 only CDs. Oh, thank you for the donation, Patrick. Hello, I'm glad to see you again in live. Love your videos. I'm from Brazil. Oh, I got some love from Brazil. Always nice to hear. Thanks for the donation, my man. Very nice to have you along with us all on the stream. We're just chilling. Dannphan, I had a chance to watch The Boy and the Beast recently. Thought it was a pretty good story. Yeah, I've heard some good things about The Boy and the Beast. That's an older one, though, isn't it? Or, well, not old, but, a few years back. Where you bought your hat, it's cute. This is super old. I bought this when I was in high school still. And, yeah, I used to do reaction videos, and I would always wear this hat, so it just kind of became the icon at some point. I think people overhype anything that's at least decent because there's so much trash nowadays. You might be onto something there. You might be onto something indeed. I've noticed it with a lot of things out there. Every time like a show has one good scene, people overhype the shit out of it. And it's like, dude, it's just that one scene that's good. The rest of it's garbage. But I guess the idea is that they have this hope that every scene in the future will be like that one good scene, you know? They're so brimming with hope that this show has the potential to be the best thing ever if they just do everything right from here on out. Hey Cherry, what's up? Welcome to another Dannphan Live. Trying to keep my voice fairly low because I kind of heard it a bit earlier while screaming some lyrics. All right, guys, so should we get into some topics? I got 3 topics that I wanted to briefly touch upon. I might make videos about them later, but I'm also worried that it might be too late to make videos about them. I don't know. How late is like too late? Like, how long can something stay relevant to talk about, really? I don't know. We do have a fairly new you know, newish news out there that I'll cover first because I'm sure you'll be interested to learn about this. So, Megaman live action adaptation. That's right, people. Megaman is coming to Netflix. Of course it is. I mean, everything needs a Netflix adaptation these days. There was the Megaman cartoon, wasn't there? Before? I never watched it, don't get me wrong, so I probably don't know what I'm talking about here. But this is the first that I'm hearing of this live action Mega Man show that's heading to Netflix. Thoughts? You think that Netflix is gonna handle live action Mega Man pretty well? Or you think that this is one of those properties that just does not work in live action, like One Piece? Mega Man XN. Why can't they at least make it a 3D animation? Yeah, I feel like if they were making a brand new Mega Man cartoon, people would be super into it. But no, they just want to do live action stuff. Gotta cash in the big bucks. I don't know, maybe it could work. Well, who am I kidding? No, it's not gonna work. Has Netflix made anything good live action ever? Because everything that I can think of that they did in live action has been quite bad. They had the Death Note live action, right? That was the worst thing ever. And then Cowboy Bebop. That was pretty bad. One Piece is coming up, and yeah, I don't have a lot of faith for One Piece because I don't think it's possible to make a good One Piece live action. Now you want to do Mega Man? Oh my gosh. What else are they doing live action? Because this isn't just, it's not just Mega Man that's like on the list of future things. I'm pretty sure they have like a longer list. There was The Witcher. Was that really good though? I don't know. I feel like maybe that's debatable. The Crown cartoon is best forgotten. Could Netflix be planning to build a universe with Mega Man live action and the Sonic reboot? Shared universes with a splash of multi are all the rage. That is super true. Oh yeah, the Warner Brothers crossover video game. That's a thing now. I mean, I covered that way back, but yeah, that's a thing. Apparently it's supposed to be free to play. I wasn't expecting that. I thought they were going to charge for it. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense to make it free to play because I wouldn't pay to play that. They got a bad cast. There's only a few characters that I would be like actually interested in playing. But I don't know. Knowing that it's free to play, maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll try to force Adam to play that with me. We can both just dunk on Steven Universe. This sounds fun, right? Yu Yu Hakusho live action. Yeah, that's right. They are doing that. I forgot about that one. Yu-Gi-Oh live action? I think you're trolling. There's no way they're doing that. No way. And then again, I thought there was no way they would ever do a One Piece live action. So I don't know. Word of Megaman's planned Hollywood debut was first made public in 2017. Okay, when it was announced that Catfish directors we're in final negotiations to direct and write, respectively, a live-action film centered on the Blue Bomber for Fox. Okay, so are they like picking up from where they left off? Is that what this is? Later confirmed by Capcom. Creation for the world, Okay. In 2019, I can't say it. I have such trouble saying certain words. Okay, so Disney bought out Fox. Capcom assures fans that the film was still in production. In January 2020, it was revealed that the Batman writer was attached to write the live-action Mega Man. Yeah, that's the same tone of movie. Though no word was mentioned of whether or not they were still involved in any capacity. After that, word of Mega Man's silver screen debut ceased. Okay. Alrighty. And then it was until now, as according to a recent update, based production company, blah, 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 the film is not only still in active development, but has been brought to Netflix by way of their aforementioned deal with Sharon Entertainment. I don't think I've ever heard of that, but okay. All right. So a little bit of production hell, but it's mostly just has been bounced around a lot, it seems like, is the story of the Mega Man live action. I feel like people would be into it, though, honestly. People would probably be more into a Mega Man live action than a One Piece live action, right? I don't know. Okay. An adaptation. They wrote and were directing. Though the film is still against fans' most fervent prayers and wishes, apparently in production, the film was not included in Netflix's November 30th announcement of their 2022 slate of genres. Well, I imagine that it's not going to be for a while. I mean, if they're just announcing it and they have no pictures to show or anything. All right. So there you go. Live action Mega Man is coming to Netflix. We know nothing else about it. Mega Man anime would be cool. I think there already is a Mega Man anime, isn't there? I thought there was. It's an older one, though, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see when we get some more photos or more information about it, because right now we're just kind of in the dark, just hearing that Netflix is, distributing it. Netflix isn't super fantastic. They're gonna turn the actual actor's hand into a blaster. It's gonna be hype. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, sounds about right. So that is one piece of news. That's more newer news. I think that was just breaking today or yesterday. Yeah. I mean, it might be like was already said. It might have been better if they did an animated series instead of trying to do a live action thing. But get what you get, I guess. Mega Man is going to start the series as a regular human, but the end of the series he becomes a robot. He's literally binary. Okay, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I see what you mean though. Mm. There's a Mega Man anime based on the Battle Network games, and there's a Christmas themed one based on the classic series. There you go. There's some new things to watch, guys. There you go. Yeah, I mean, wait for new news on that, but if Netflix is the head of that production, I can't say I have particularly a lot of faith in it. It really depends how much creative control people have, I think. I mean, then again, I guess if you get bad people on a project, then it can't turn out good. I don't even know how Netflix productions really work per se, because I know that Netflix has a pretty strong hand in them, but does Netflix themselves pick out people to work on the project, or do they just like do the executives just look over the project and make notes every now and then, or I don't know. Messy subjects, I know. There's got to be some real life lore relation between Astro Boy and Mega Man. Oh yeah, for sure. A little off topic, but do you have any favorite artists by chance? I do not. Not not per se favorite artist. Um because I feel like that's a little, I don't know. I guess there are art styles that are more attractive to me, but yeah, sometimes I'm into a certain type of art, sometimes I'm into a different type of art. Then, I'm all over the place, I guess. So it's hard to pick a favorite per se. Maybe if I could pick favorites per genre of like types of art, it'd be a little bit different. Like favorite painter, or favorite mangaka, or favorite cartoony style. I don't know. Just for examples, there was a Mega Man cartoon in the 90s made by Ruby Spears. Interesting. Well, there you go. There you go. Good vibes. Yeah, you're gonna need those good vibes with all the content Netflix is busting out of here. Alrighty then. I guess the other thing that I wanted to talk about, if I can bring it up. Well, there's two other things that I wanted to talk about. I don't think either one of those things is going to take me super long to talk about, but did you hear about this recently? This is somewhat related to comics news, somewhat. Remember, I did review the Earthworm Jim Launched the Cow comic that was campaigned by Doug TenNapel himself. Now they're announcing an Earthworm Jim TV series without Doug TenNapel. That's pretty brutal, I gotta say, because he's basically the reason why this character was brought back to popularity because of his campaign. And now they're just gonna capitalize on all of his hard work. And he doesn't get anything out of it. He doesn't get to work on the series himself. Isn't that a bummer? That's pretty bad. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer. But getting further into this announcement, I gotta say, the new style that they're going for, I don't mind it. I think it does actually look pretty interesting. It's different than what the original style was, but it's not too bad. It seems like this is going to be an adult cartoon too. That's what it seems like, which is not the direction I would go with Earthworm Jim. But I get what they're going for, I guess, because they're trying to reattract the audience. The audience who watched this when they were kids are now grown up and now they're adults. So they're trying to get them to, I guess, watch the new series on nostalgia. I mean, we've seen stuff like that before with like Samurai Jack, or I don't know what other examples are there. Ren and Stimpy, I guess. Ugh, Ren and Stimpy adult cartoon was so weird. But yeah, so seems like that's the direction they're going with this. Adult Earthworm Jim cartoon beyond the groovy.com. I did watch the trailer, or well, quote unquote trailer. It's more of a teaser, I guess, where they're interviewing Jim, and I'm not a fan of the voice actor they got for Jim, I gotta say. It just, I don't know, it just seems too smooth and put together, while as the original voice actor kind of sounded a little bit goofy and chaotic. It didn't work for me. I don't know. Not super into it. Anyway, but like I said, the new style that they're going for looks very striking, and I do think that it looks pretty nice. So there you go. Their announcement right there, followed up by "We've assembled a whole new creative team for Earthworm Jim. The original creator is not involved at all," which they shared side by side with their announcement. And then you have Doug Dannphan reacting to this. "A whole new creative team that didn't create the main characters. The bench is welcome to handle the rest." And I guess he continues here. Yeah, well, I'll read the comment that he's reacting to first. "I watched the trailer and it's so far off character that it feels like a Disney Star Wars sequel crisis. I'm expecting they'll just call your comics non-canon, even though they are in fact the only canon. Worse, that Earthworm Jim 4 game looked like a Flash game from 2002, no soul." And then he reacts with, "I think it's fine. It's not what I would make, but that doesn't mean the cartoon won't be good. The animation production is already better than most, so that's a positive. And it's hard to make any series. It's grueling work. Just let it be its own thing." Gotta say, that is a pretty mature way to see it. I would certainly be upset, considering that his campaign is what brought this character back to popularity. And then they just decided to cash in on it. But I mean, I guess you gotta pick your battles, right? That's why you gotta get full rights to your stuff back. Yes, I'm still doing the comics, just focusing on NFTs now. I didn't know anything about that. But I guess I don't really keep up with Doug Dannphan too much. So there you have it, guys. Brutal, right? Very brutal. What does this say? They even made a big fat accent on the fact that Doug is not involved. Like they were screaming, "Look, everybody, we got rid of the most problematic person in the room. Praise us." Yeah. usually they don't I mean, somebody asked about it and then they replied with it. But usually they don't advertise the fact that the original creator isn't involved with something, because that's usually something that upsets the fans, of course. Poor Doug. Just another uninspired cash grab. Basically. We got some people saying that NFTs are bad. I don't know. I mean, I don't buy NFTs for obvious reasons, but whatever. If some people actually want them, then I guess it's up to them what they spend their money on. What are you gonna do? So yeah, that's unfortunate, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not super into the voice actor they chose for Earthworm Jim, and I'm bummed out that Doug Dannphan isn't going to be on it. But I might still watch the show. It does look like the animation is kind of nice. It's very stylistic. I'm curious about the adult angle that they're going at with it, because, in the trailer, he does curse. So I assume that they're might be going a more edgy direction, which is weird. Very weird, because I don't think of Earthworm Jim as particularly edgy. I don't know. Would have been cool if they just animated the comic book campaign or stuck close to it. Well, they can't do that without bringing Doug to Naples, giving him his credit where credit was due, because that's his comic, you know. Basically, he had the rights to do the comic for it, but the video games and the shows were like a different thing, so they can still do whatever they want with those. So long as the show retains cartoony, I doubt it'd be very bad. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hopefully more adult than High Guardian Spice. Yeah, there you go. Live action Jimmy Neutron. Oh no, don't even joke. Don't even joke about it. I'm surprised Nickelodeon hasn't already tried that, honestly. You see how many live action Nickelodeon shows there are? Too many. Too many of them. We we need to not only have less live action Nickelodeon shows in the future, we need to erase the existence of current live action Nickelodeon shows. It's terrible. Live action Jimmy Neutron by Netflix. I don't think that'll be any better. Actually, maybe it would be better because Nickelodeon live action movies are really bad. Yeah, they're worse than Netflix. They are. Yeah, they are. They're more accurate, I guess, but they're just bad. They're just really bad. Live action Earthworm Jim. Yeah, yeah. Put that on Netflix. Chris Pratt. He's got to play Earthworm Jim. Oh no. No, the spice. Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what we got right now. So, other than hearing these new cartoon and live action Megaman shows being introduced, how you guys doing on this Friday? Let's talk about you for a moment. Let's simmer down with all of these crazy news things. Seth Rogen needs to make more sausage cartoons. Oh, you didn't like Santa Incorporated? You didn't like that? Actually, I think the Rotten Tomatoes score, the last I checked, it was like 3%. It was pretty bad. Yeah, it's still 3%. That's got to be one of the lowest rated things on there. Hang on, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. This has got to be one of the lowest rating shows on Rotten Tomatoes right now. It's got to be one of the lowest. Is there anything with 0% in Rotten Tomatoes? Because that's the only thing that could beat this. It's pretty bad. You want to read some of the reviews? Of course you do. Very poor writing with bad disrespect for the holiday. Parody is fine, but this isn't South Park tier of parody. You can do better, Seth. What a disaster. I would rather vomit broken glass than watch that junk. I'm really starting to believe that Hollywood, or at least certain stars, have become completely out of touch with reality, or at least everyday people. Why does everyone in Hollywood hate me so much? They could have made an awesome movie for everyone. An absolute embarrassment. Tough to watch. Why do the elves hate Santa so much? Just awful, awful stuff. Why is everything based on race these days? This is absolutely the worst thing I have ever watched. Nothing about this is funny. Not surprised, though, that Seth Rogen and Sarah Silverman have not been funny for a long time. Just retire. Damn, that's all the first page. Is there a positive review? Is there actually a way to sort through reviews? And I guess not. Man, Rotten Tomatoes, you suck. There should be a way to sort through reviews so I can read all of the positive and read all the negative and whatever. Who cares what this old girl thinks? Have any of you guys watched it, by the way? I mean, I didn't watch it. I only watched the trailer and I was like, man, this is terrible, you know? But If you watched it, I would like to know what your opinion is. Uh, anyway, I guess I'll keep on. Yeah, everyone's like, I'm not watching it. I guess I'll keep on reading these reviews then. I'm not sure who thought this would be a good idea, but it should have been stopped at the pitch stage. A contrite portrayal written without regard to my time. Fuck, that was pretty brutal. And I normally watch the whole thing before posting a review, but I just couldn't. It was that bad. In case you didn't already know, this is not a family show. Yeah, you think? Not funny, just crap, actually. I've always been a fan of Seth Rogen's stuff. He's funny. Sarah Silverman is one I typically can do without and be happy with that choice, as I don't find her funny at all. But I gave this a chance, and the basic premise of the elf wanting to be Santa is fine. It's just, why did this have to be so dang political? Everything in this world has to be politically charged now, it seems, and I'm tired of it. I mean, I think everyone's tired of it. Honestly, it feels like everyone's always trying to use like their social outlet in order to control their audience. And I don't think people really want to be told what to think all the time. Not to mention, it's not good for people to just be told what to think. We should be encouraging people to think critically and think for themselves. Anyway, I'll keep reading. I don't want to get too psychological on you. This review is only based on the one half of the first episode. If the show somehow gets good in later episodes, I'll never know. Just pathetic like Seth. Please let it stop. I heard it was bad, but I was not prepared for this train wreck. Holy crow. Holy crow. This is just hard to watch. It's like someone who never watched a Christmas movie show special, but walked past the TV and saw Claymation, decided to give it a go. Then that person also decided that they hate all the people who would eventually watch it. Don't get me wrong, I'm actually a fan of Seth Rogen. Oh, this is kind of a similar comment to before. I'm a fan of Seth Rogen, and I don't mind Sarah Silverman in the right role, but this was just plain terrible. The joke writing is bottom tier here, relying on immature sex jokes and constantly using curse words as a replacement for real jokes. Cringeworthy and painfully not self-aware. A show aimed at adults that actually appeals more to 12-year-old boys. It's a shame that lazy, terrible shows like this get greenlit when so many creative, original ideas get turned down. Damn, that one hit me pretty hard. That's so true. Ugh, fuck. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a shame. Uh, now I'm reading your comments. I saw Sausage Party and I'm not going through the same shit again. I never saw that one either. I knew immediately from the trailer that that was not for me. I in general do not. Okay. Saw Ruben's name in the credits and quickly checked out. Yeah, he hasn't been super mentally healthy lately, has he? I mean, I kind of feel bad, but can't enable him either. You gotta let him know that it's not okay, right? Yeah. If Santa Incorporated had James Corden, the unholy anti-comedy trinity would be complete, according to the drinker. Oh, man. Yeah. Why didn't the elf set up a worker co-op? Or a worker coup? Or I think, maybe? Silly? Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Which studio does the claymation? I don't know. I read it somewhere. It's a studio that I never heard of. It's not literally Rankin Bass, but they were going off of like the idea that Rankin Bass did all these different Christmas specials. They did other movies besides Christmas specials, by the way. They have like a long list of stuff to their name. Unfortunately, I think that they broke apart. I don't think that they're still a thing. I don't know what happened to all the properties though. because you see them on TV all the time around Christmas. I don't know what channel actually like owns them though. Like what company owns them, I should say. But I guess they just license it out to be shown around the holidays. What's up, Eric? How you doing? Eric saying hi in the chat. Good artist, by the way. Feel free to check him out. Anyway, you want to keep on reading these terrible, terrible reviews, or did you get the point? I mean, I think the 3% on Rotten Tomatoes kind of speaks for itself. But the professional critics have no consensus yet. No consensus. They don't know how they feel about this yet. They really need to simmer it over. I think around the third watch, it'll start getting good for them, and then they'll post the reviews. No, I don't think any of you'd have to really pay a professional critic at this point to give this a good review, because damn, it sounds like people really hated it. Now, just watching the trailer, I can already assume that it's a bad show. But damn, that's a whopping 3% right there. That's brutal. Adam Sandler movies are probably funnier than this. Adam Sandler movies aren't that bad. I mean, they're goofy, right? But sometimes goofy movies can still be enjoyable. I don't know. It's like saying all Nick Cage movies are bad. It's like, yeah, there are a lot of bad ones, but doesn't mean that they're all bad. It's just sometimes when an actor gets popular, they get a lot of roles, and they need the money, so they take every single role, even if it's for a really bad movie. Sometimes people don't care about being in bad movies. They're like, pays the fucking bills. Who cares? Right? It was up 4% earlier, and now it fell below that. I didn't know. The last time I checked on it, it was at 3%. And checking it today, still at 3%. Still not doing super great. You think this will be an Eternals thing where audience and critics don't like it, or will critics shower it in praise? I'm sure there's going to be at least one critic who claims that they love it. But I think it was Variety, maybe. Variety, I think, was the one who made an article of it almost instantly, and they trashed it. They said that it was misguided edginess or something like that. I don't know. I talked about it briefly in my video from yesterday, but yeah. I mean, the big thing is the Daily Dot reporting that there were a bunch of anti-Semites in the comments section, so they had to disable it. And maybe they think that the controversy will help get more people to view it. But I don't know, man. Yeah, just because they watch it doesn't mean they're gonna like it. Then look at all these other things. You got Cowboy Bebop sitting at a nice rotten over here. Oh, wow. The audience score actually rated it better than That's interesting. I would think that the audience would really hate it. And then again, there are definitely some people who went into this live action show with having no previous experience to the original anime. So I guess they didn't have any expectations. But also, I feel like even without this being related to the original anime, it's still pretty bad. But then again, I only watched the first episode. I don't know. I heard about the things that happen later on, though. And yeah, I think that would slide it more towards the bad side than the good side. I don't know. I guess it depends. It depends, right? I didn't think the first episode was too bad on its own, but it definitely wasn't anything spectacular. Cowboy B-flop. Yeah, that's what they say. as your little song you sung Gaslight, Gaslight, Straw Man, Rogan's replies. Yep, that's a word for word. It's actually totally what I said. Faye Valentine was insufferable. So true. Her character was all over the place. I understand wanting to do a quirky character and, that like has a funny one off every now and then, but you got to know when to put the brakes on and you got to know when to actually flesh them out, make them a real character, It kind of just felt like the writers, just commentating on everything in a jokey way. It's like, haha, this would be funny if she said that. But sometimes just because it would be funny doesn't mean that you should make your characters say those things. Sometimes you got to put a little bit more thought into dialogue than that. You can't just think, oh, it would be funny if. There's a little more that goes into it than that, a little more to writing a story than thinking about funny random lols. But what do you know? It's enjoyable as long as you know it's not the anime. Well, it's very clearly not the anime. I'll tell you that much. Hang on, were you able to find new info on the Powerpuff Girls reboot? I don't know if it's still happening. I think it might be canceled because didn't the girl playing Blossom nope out of that series? I mean, good for her. You got to get out of that sinking ship. But yeah, I don't know where that lies because I have not heard any news on it. And I'm theorizing that after all the backlash and all the controversy and the main actress leaving, I think that it might be canceled. Because they would really have to revamp that to like get it going again. And I don't think it's worth it because I think that it's going to be trash. No matter how much you revamp it, it's going to be awful. Johnny Bravo live action. Oh my gosh. Ugh. It's too many live action shit shows out there. Don't give them new ideas. Well, actually, I don't think they could make a Johnny Bravo live action because it would be too problematic. I can't have this buff guy flirting with girls. That's all. That's just a main character who's sexually assaulting people with his words and flexing. Hey, Dannphan, did you know a game named The Last Door? It's a Lovecraft horror point-and-click game. I really want to see a video of you playing it. Interesting suggestion. Yeah, I'm not super into point-and-click games, although I have played, have been playing one, just one. But yeah, I do have a gaming channel if you are interested in watching me play games. I believe it should be in the description. So for sure, feel free to give me some gaming suggestions. And yeah, we'll get into that. They'll make Johnny a male feminist. Yeah, that's what they would do. They'll fix everything, of course. Or they'll just make Johnny a lesbian, a girl. Yeah, because then it's okay if they're super aggressive, flirting with everyone. It's okay so long as they're a girl doing it. Right? That's... Anyway, I should talk about the last thing before I forget about it. Now, this is something that I don't have too much to say about because there's not much information about it yet. It kind of seems like when this was announced, it was kind of like an unfinished concept. But they did announce it, and I'm not, well, anyway, I should explain what exactly this is. So, this was being announced by Ethan Becker. He has a artist animation YouTube channel where he talks about how-tos and art fixing and that type of stuff. He's pretty funny, very enjoyable as a YouTuber. So the big thing, the coming soon, this is the part that I wanted to put your attention. They're trying to do these things, F-IPs, FIPS. They're trying to do FIPS. They need to fix their website, obviously, because you can't read this with a big fat fucking image in the way. But I don't know. Do you think he does his own website, or is he hiring someone to do this and they're just bad? Anyway, the idea is, oh, I guess I can just read it. Project City is launching a new way for artists to fund their dream projects by splitting up the intellectual property into fractional shares that anyone can buy. This way, fans fund the projects that they want to see happen, and artists get to create their vision. And all the future profits that would go to the IP holder get divided amongst investors and creators according to their ownership percentages. So it lets artists and fans own and profit from their creations together. So that's what they're trying to do here. Now, this is interesting, I guess, but it also sounds like probably a bad idea. Probably a bad idea, right? There's so many questions to be had. The big thing is, I mean, crowdfunding is a big thing, obviously. There's a lot of crowdfunded projects that artists push these days. It's the only way that they get their actual vision created, right? But the thing with animated projects is you feel like when someone backs it that they might not be getting a lot out of it. You know, you try to give them some goodies that they'd actually want, like an art book or behind the scenes or something like that. But most people won't download to an animated project because the animated project is going to be released on YouTube anyway, and it'll be free. So they feel like, well, I can just wait until it comes out for everyone, right? And that's probably fair, I guess. But it's a shame because that means a lot of these animated campaigns can't really get funded as easily unless they give up something else. And, you know, at that point, you're basically just selling art books to help fund your animated project. So this idea is, what if you get part of the property, part of the IP, as a reward for helping back the project? So basically, you're not just someone buying product in order to raise money for something, but rather instead you are an investor. And yeah, I mean, like I said, there's a lot of questions involving that. I think if you're relying on the little people to be your investor, you might not be able to get the amount of money that you actually need to fund something because, you know, I'm not going to bust out $1,000 for some IP. You know, and you're going to need way more than $1,000, of course. But yeah, it might just be better and easier to go to actual investors who can like give a lot of money to be a part of the project or have a part of the IP. But I'm not 100% sure that it's going to be divided up evenly. Like maybe they'll cut up the IP in half, right? 50% is divided up among investors, and then 50% is divided up among creators. That type of thing. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Because, yeah, you, you're gonna need money. You need the money. You need the money. I mean, I guess if it's just one movie or one short film, maybe it's not a big deal. If it's a series, that's a huge deal because episode 1 is going to help fund episode 2. If you're not making if you're making little to no profit from episode 1, because you're splitting up all of the profit among all the IP holders, then there's not going to be an episode 2. So maybe it's okay for like something that doesn't need profit. And then you gotta wonder about merchandising and all that other stuff, royalties, selling out your characters. Is that also being divided up among all of your investors? That's a it's a lot you got to say bye bye to, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just greedy. No. But yeah, like I said, it probably doesn't work for a series. Maybe it would work for a short film because you wouldn't have much um, downfall from not making a ton of profit on it because it's just one shot thing that you just want to create. Then here's the other thing: these people are paying good money to get percentages of the IP. What if the project falls through? They don't get their money back. They don't get anything from that. If something goes wrong on the project, they're screwed. Is my internet cutting out? It kind of looks like it is. I don't know what's been wrong with the internet lately. It's been shitty. Anyway, my point is someone can pay a lot to get a percentage of the IP, but there's no insurance on that. Just like real investors, if you put your money into something, you want it to be successful, you want it to make money, first of all. Because you want to make your money back. But what if the project falls through? You also take that risk. You take that risk for the project not working out, not reaching the amount of money that it needs to be finished. And then you don't get your money back. Just like with businesses. Businesses try to get investors to give them whatever, $1 million, 700,000, blah, 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 to help push their business a little bit further so that they can extend or expand. But sometimes the business completely crashes. They go out of business before they can even pay off the loan, or not loan, pay off the because if the investor invests based on royalties or based on a percentage of the business, if the business falls through, there's a chance they might not get their money back. Sometimes they do loans too, but that's different deals. Anyway, so there's some problems. There's some problems with this, I think, for sure. It obviously I need more information about how exactly this is going to work to figure it out for sure. But I'm not particularly interested in Project City's thing here. I don't know. What do you guys think? To some extent, I get where they're coming from because sometimes I just want to create something and I'm not super interested on continuing to make money off of that thing. I just want to be able to uh what's the words that I'm looking for? I want the freedom to be able to create projects and live off of that. So I guess I do want some profit back because I need profit to continue to live and keep on making creations. But I don't need to be famous or anything. Or I guess I have to be famous in order to make it profitable. I guess that's the bad thing about me. Because you really have to succeed very hard in order to be successful when it comes to art and creations like that. But investors get their amount they lent to start up a firm back in tax breaks. There you go. Are you going to start an animation studio someday? That would be awesome. No, I don't think I'm ever going to get that high up the ladder. Not too confident it'll work. Probably not. Yeah. Try the witch. Try the rich first, then go for the fame. Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because when you're like, for example, if you write a book can do like really mildly well, but mildly well is not going to be enough to pay the bills. You're going to have a second job. You need a book to explode. You need a book to be like super, super well as far as sales for you to actually be making enough to live off of. And that's the thing. Yeah, that's the payback. I mean, I'm not particularly interested in being famous, but I guess that's kind of what you need to do when you do creative work, is that you gotta really do extra well, because just doing amateurly is not enough to live off of it. Just tuning in to say, wish you all the best, you deserve it. Oh, that's very nice. I like it when we get some positivity in the chat. Hell yeah, man. Anyway, that was the last thing that I wanted to briefly talk about. So that's about it. That's about all I got to say for tonight. All things that I felt like maybe I could make full videos on, but also could just talk about it in a live stream. And yeah, I think I said about all I needed to say. Should have got more water. My throat is killing me. Make the way of the house husband style animation. No talent required. There you go. Yep. I guess webcomic style animation is acceptable as a show these days. So maybe I should just do that. Ah. No, I get what you're saying. I could totally just like do comic dubs on my Burning Star YouTube channel. Mm. I don't think you have to be famous, but create a brand that becomes famous. Well, that's the thing here. When you are a creator, I guess you are like the brand, right? Because your name is what people will have to look for when they want to read one of your things. Way of the House Husband wasn't even marketed as an anime in Japan. True facts. True facts. It's not an anime. Confirmed. Confirmed. It's just a motion comic. I knew it. Actually, it was originally like a motion comic online. And then I guess for the anime, they just colored the motion comic and made it a little bit longer. I don't know. What did they do? It doesn't seem like the anime did anything. Ugh, whatever. That money, all the money that was put into making that anime, all went into the back pocket. None of that went to the animators. It's just that's all in his back pocket. He sits on it and makes him 2 inches taller. All right, we're gonna call it a night, guys. And yep, I'm gonna start packing up and get ready to go on my vacation. Hey, we got a super sticker. Nice. So I'll go on my pre-Christmas vacation. You can enjoy the next High Guardian Spice review coming out on Monday. And it'll be quiet after that because I'll be gone. But it's okay, guys. I'll be with you in spirit. Maybe I'll post some videos while I'm on vacation. Maybe that'll make you feel a little bit better. But yeah, thanks for joining me for another fantastic Friday live with Dannphan. It's been fun. Yeah, I always like having these little live streams. Gives me a chance to actually bond with my subscribers. So thank you, everyone. Have a good night. And I guess I'll see you maybe next week or maybe the week after. I hope that I get a chance to do another live stream next week, but I'll see how it goes. We'll feel it out. So thanks everyone. I'll see you next time. Till then, bye.